In our world of learning, something incredible happened today. More than 200 students studying in MA development gathered in one place to share their ideas and speak challenges. We used colorful posters to show that they had learned about these four problems. Each poster tells a unique story of how these students think about and analyze the issue we face in making the world a better place. This event was not just about pretty posters. It was a mix of hard work and smart thinking. The students explored everything from how money works in our world to the big challenges happening in our society. They talked about their ideas in interviews, showing how much they care about finding solutions.
migrating and also out migration.
Also, we are going to give an aspirational district program, and which is about a poor districts in India. So the main aim is to quickly and effectively transform some of the most underdeveloped districts in India. Further, it is mainly focusing on 6 things, which is health, which has 30% weightage, and education also has 30% weightage, agriculture, financial inclusion, skill development and basic infrastructure. So when it comes to a program, and the program was first launched in 2018 January by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, and total 117 districts are identified. Out of 117, 27 districts are identified by Niti Aayog, and 55 districts are identified by Central Ministry, which are severely affected districts, and 35 districts are identified by Ministry of Home, which are densely violated, and as West Bengal is not joined in the program. So currently there are 112 districts are there, and when it comes to expansion of the program, recently the program is expanded to 136 districts, and these are the core themes: health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion, skill development, basic infrastructure. And health and nutrition has given 30% weightage, which has 31 data points, and these 13 indicators are identified to focus on antenatal care, postnatal care, gender parity, child health, children health.
To blurring the gap between rural and urban. So the connection became important. Skill development. So like skill development of rural youth to personal cities became important. Basic necessities. There's also the rights-based approach coming in at the same time. So basic necessities became important. So then now we are at the sustainable and inclusive growth phase, where we're focusing on livelihood enhancement with programs like NRLM. We are also looking at social security with like programs like NREGA and infrastructure.
So instead of just giving the exam, we are doing a poster about Women's Rights Act. So this way we can apply a lot of the concepts that we have covered in our economics class to one poster and go in depth of the issue and be able to find out what is the act doing, what are the implementation procedures and the impact of this important right that has been given to the forest development.
So because West Bengal is opposite to government and to see the political landscape, so these 5 districts of West Bengal didn't join because it is initiated by the BJP government. So now total are 112 districts. Deepak has to give
these two were merging into MSME because this industry is only focused on merging into MSME is what including service sector also. And so for the micro enterprises, the investment should not cross 1 crore and the turnover should not cross 5 crore. And for the small enterprises, the investment should not cross 5 crore and the turnover should not exceed 50 crore. For the medium enterprises, the investment should not exceed 50 crore and the turnover should not cross 50 crore.
Uttarakhand, and this is reducing the 17.1.4% to 6.4%. See, we can see here that there is a drastic change between 17.1.16.4. So basically the reason behind the healthcare system is too good and the 92% women has nurse were protected against the neonatal tetanus, and also they have received this Anganwadi center services.
We have covered the background, how it, at what time it has started and how it get converted into the centralized scheme. Then we are talking about the implementation of MG Narendra. We also covered how it impacted the society, like socially, economically and politically. And then we ended with the challenges it had in current days. So we also covered the COVID-19 impact on MG Narendra. This is how our poster is looking.
So on the agriculture part, we know that India is an agrarian economy, and let's see how this like particular project have impacted through the farmer's life. So the major objective of this is the connecting rural area to markets, village to the market. So they got the access to seasonal and regular markets, and we have referred this from ILO. Then availability of quality inputs like fertilizers, pest control measures. These things we got from outside.
I report talk about what existed earlier and is it now.
Yeah, yes, comparison like before and after. Then marketable surplus, we got the accessibility to the market, so we sell the surplus amount to surplus product to market, and they have used like motorized agriculture vehicles like tractor and equipment, and like after this their cropping patterns have changed to cash crops. So this led to the income.
Is Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. The main aim of the scheme that was started in 2020 December was to connect the villages with a proper all-weather road, so that can ensure there is proper economic activity that happens in the market, and thus helping the local villagers to create more economy, finances, and then for a better life. So this is the main aim of the project. And so far there is almost like 3 lakh kilometer road was built, and almost 3.9 lakh of rupees. Lakh, why is it needed? First of all, first thing, the connectivity. When there is connectivity, there is more economic activity. There is more goods into the system. Because of that, what happens? There is a price war that happens. Because of that, there is a people end up, due to Adam Smith's idea of invisible hand, people end up selling the goods at just above the prices that they got. Because of that leads to the betterment of the life.
Areas or the way the roads are going to the village areas, they find it really difficult to get the clearance. The most important thing, they focus on the maintenance of roads. In the phase 1, the roads were built. They find it very difficult to maintain that road for the period of time. So basically, the phase 3, they largely focus on this part, to how to maintain the existing roads. And basically, in the workforce, they find it very difficult to find the skilled force laborers to.
The road was there in the villages, and also just to understand the trajectory of India's development in terms of the rural infrastructure. And the data is like we use the quantitative and qualitative
So
data.
before and after this, all India, what was the sort of gains from this? When was the scheme introduced? 2000, yes.
And data, basically we have used the secondary data, qualitative as well as quantitative, and collected the data from the administrative records and some academic journals and data. These are our references. So for the background of this scheme, so basically if we talk about the need, so basically like India has essentially a rural oriented economy with 74% of its population living in villages, And at the time of commencement, like at the time of 2000, it was estimated that about 3,30,000 out of the like 8,25,000 villages habitats were without all-weather road connectivity. And
general that is stayed, even though it has come down, it has sort of stayed, right? And it's still like people are earning money from agricultural profits. That's the main thing.
हमारे सेक्शन के लोग नहीं आ रहे भाई, हमारा सेक्शन का आना चाहिए ना। हाँ जी।